The Deep Space Monitoring Station on Titan picked up the signal at 0300 hours. Lieutenant Marcus Webb rubbed his eyes and leaned closer to his screen. The frequency was unmistakable, an old Earth Navy transponder code, the kind used 40 years ago. His coffee went cold as the coordinates populated across his display. "Control, this is Webb at Titan Station." His voice cracked slightly. "You're going to want to see this." The ship was the USS Resolute. A mid-class exploration vessel that had vanished without a trace in 2089. No debris. No distress call. No survivors. The entire crew of 212 had simply ceased to exist somewhere beyond the Kuiper Belt. Governments mourned. Families buried empty caskets. The mystery became legend. Now, 40 years later, she was back. Admiral Diana Holt commanded the response fleet personally. 3 warships, 2 science vessels, and a full medical frigate burned hard through the outer system to intercept the Resolute. When they finally matched velocity and got visual confirmation, the bridge fell completely silent. The ship looked wrong. The hull was the same registry numbers, same scarred plating, but something had been added. Structures grew from the outer hull like crystalline branches, geometric and precise, pulsing with a dim blue light that had no business existing on any human vessel. The engines ran on something that wasn't plasma. The navigation array had been replaced entirely with a lattice structure nobody recognized. "She's hailing us," said Commander Ray Dalton, his voice barely above a whisper. The face that appeared on screen was Captain James Everett, officially declared dead in 2091. He looked exactly 40 years older than his last photograph, tired but sharp-eyed, with the expression of a man who had rehearsed this moment for a very long time. "Admiral Holt," he said calmly. "I apologize for the extended absence." They quarantined the Resolute crew on the science vessel Pioneer for 72 hours. All 212 were alive. All of them had aged exactly 40 years. None of them were particularly surprised by the fuss. Captain Everett sat across from Admiral Holt in the debrief room and told his story without hesitation. 40 years ago, the Resolute had encountered a structure near the edge of the solar system, not natural, not random, deliberately placed. A station belonging to a civilization so ancient it had watched humanity discover fire. They called themselves the Vahari, and they had been watching Earth for longer than recorded history. "They didn't attack us," Everett said. "They studied us. And then something unexpected happened." He paused. "They decided we were worth teaching." The engineers went aboard the Resolute on day 4. Dr. Patricia Monroe led the team, and she sent her first report back to Earth within 6 hours. The report was flagged classified within minutes of arrival. The propulsion system violated 3 known laws of physics, and worked anyway. The power core drew energy from a source the instruments couldn't name. The medical bay contained regenerative technology that had already reversed terminal conditions in 14 crew members during the voyage home. The computer systems operated on a logic architecture that human programmers could read, barely, but not yet fully understand. But the most important discovery was stored in a single data module locked inside Everett's personal quarters. Blueprints. Complete. Annotated in English, translated carefully by the Resolute crew over 4 decades of collaboration. Faster-than-light travel. Clean energy at planetary scale. Gravitational shielding. Disease eradication at the cellular level. "They gave us a ladder," Everett told the Admiral quietly. "The Vahari said every civilization worth saving eventually finds the ladder. We just found ours faster than most." The Galactic Assembly, a council of 14 spacefaring species, convened an emergency session when the news broke. Several members formally objected. Humanity was too young, too volatile, too unpredictable for this level of advancement. Ambassador Linda Cole stood before the assembly and didn't flinch. "You called us volatile," she said. 200 humans spent 40 years as guests of an alien civilization, learned their technology, and came home peacefully. No weapons were fired. No borders were crossed. No demands were made. She let the silence breathe for a moment. If that's what volatile looks like, perhaps the universe could use a little more of it. The assembly voted. The objections failed. Humanity kept the ladder. And they climbed.